Okay, hopefully, hopefully we're alive. We're live now. So, and hopefully I'll be able to see comments soon. I'm going to fix my screen here while we wait for a few minutes. I'm sorry that it took a while. Um, I am Keating Hurd, and I am. I want to see if I can see the comments. Hold on one second. Doesn't look like anybody's here. So at the moment, okay. Well, we're just doing our thing. Just waiting to see who's gonna show up. I'll give it a few more minutes. I know that I was a little late, and my thing keeps coming up like crazy. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay. So I'm just going to start out by talking to you about myself and my story and how I came about. It's kind of like an awkward angle, right? Um, it's telling me, so there. Now maybe that little thing will go away. So I'm Keating Hurd. I've been in Young Living for almost 7 years, or just about 7 years coming up. I started because my friend Tracy Kaiser was a distributor, and she was starting her small business, and uh, and I wanted to support it because I was making a ton of money, and so I bought a kit from her, and I had that kit for about a year. So for about a year, I had my kit and did nothing with it. And then I was extremely sick. So I was so sick that I was going to the doctor like literally almost every week. I ended up in the emergency room several times. I This little message keeps coming up and it's really annoying me. Really annoying me. I don't really know how to get rid of that. So, um, I ended up the last one at a gastroenterologist, and he was saying that he was going to test me for cancer and do all this stuff. And it freaked me out, right? And I was in so much pain that I would wake up in the middle of the night and go through this process of having to take a shower or put lotion on my whole body and I don't know if you can still see me. Um, yeah, take a shower. It was just crazy. I think back on it and it was just crazy. So I was in so much pain that I was crying every night and I was, just really disturbing my family. And, uh, and then I have to keep, like, I don't even know how to get rid of this little message that keeps coming up. It's quite annoying. And there's nothing I can do about it because it just keeps telling me to learn more, which I don't want to learn more right now because I'm trying to teach more. So I'm sorry if that's distracting. And I really need to fix it. So please update or viewers may experience a lower quality stream. So I don't know how to update it. Okay, I'm going to take a few seconds to figure out how to do that because it just won't go away and it just won't stop annoying me. So I don't, it doesn't even tell you how to fix it. So there's just no way to fix it. So there you go. I guess we're just going to be stuck with this little, I wish I could move it away from my face, but it's right in the middle of my face. So if you guys see, if there's anybody here, nope, there isn't. So I'm just going to cut this video when I'm done with it. And if you can't see my face because that little message comes up, then just let me know, okay? Because I'm just not going to pay attention to it anymore. So I definitely was extremely ill, and I definitely needed a solution. And so I wanted to be able to do something more natural for my body. Okay. And I really needed to be able to not have to go and spend so much time with the doctors. And they were giving me prescription Tums, and they put me on Prilosec, and they had, again, tested me for everything. And it was quite obnoxious and painful. So I put on Facebook one day that my stomach was killing me, that it was coming out through my skin, and that I was, just weeping in so much weeping skin and so much pain. And my friend Tracy came onto my post and commented and said, well, if you know, pull out those little oils that you bought from me a year ago, there's an oil in there called Digest that might help you. And maybe some other things. So I did that. And it worked immediately. Like I went and dug it out like right now. Like I was like feverishly looking for this kit in my house, and found it and put it under my tongue, which is what you do with Digest. You can put it in your belly button. You can just put it straight on your stomach, but you best to put it under your tongue. And it helped me right away. And I couldn't believe it. It was just shocking to me. So I started to dig in more on the natural solutions for my skin and my gut health. And it took me close to a year to get it all worked out. And I'm going to talk to you about the things that I did at the end, but I just want to talk to you more about what it is, what it means to have gut health, and what is gut health in general, right? So, the the um, the deal with gut health, and let me get to my notes because I want to make sure that I have my notes correct, okay, in the place that I need them to be. Okay, so let's talk about gut health and why it's so important, and what it does for us, okay? So, and there's two main topics that I want to cover today, okay? I want to cover gut immune system and gut brain connection, okay? And again, this is literally right in my face. So I don't know how to get rid of it, and I can't see myself. So this is super obnoxious, and it just won't go away. So keyframe rates. It's talking about keyframe rates are in the range of 1 every 2 to 4 seconds. And it's telling me to update it, but there's no way to update it. So let's try one more time to update it. Where do you update it? No place to update it. Wow, really, really obnoxious to do that to somebody during their live, right? Okay, so I don't know what else to do. I really don't. Oh, hi. Okay, do you see my face? Thank you, Lisa. Do you see my face, or do you not see anything? Can you see my face? Let me know. It's the thing is that what I tried to do, which of course is messing up, is that I'm trying to have my live here and my notes up here in the same computer. And it's not working. It's not working because it keeps coming up with a message. So I literally can't see my face. I see your lovely face. Okay, cool. There you go. So if you can see my face, then can you see my face now because there's like a sign over my face on my computer. And I'm just going to leave it that way if you guys can see my face. But it won't even let me literally move the sign away from my face, which is super annoying. Um, but just let me know if you still can see it with this little sign on it, okay? Because I am going to minimize it a little bit so that I can see my notes, okay? So let's talk about the gut immune system and the gut brain connection. When these are in balance, life is good, okay? You're healthy physically and mentally and emotionally. And when they're not, bad health outcomes can occur, okay? So you have to look at it this way. You have good bacteria and bad bacteria in your gut microbiome, otherwise known as good bugs and bad bugs, okay? So, and just like anything in your home, in your garden, you want the good bugs, you don't want the bad bugs, right? So, bad bugs in your gut produce toxins which cause inflammation. That then interrupts your insulin signaling and insulin function, which causes insulin resistance, which causes you to gain weight. And then it becomes a vicious cycle, and sometimes with long-term effects and sometimes with fatal effects, right? So you have to get those good and bad bugs in order. Feed the good bugs what they love and starve the bad bugs, okay? Gut bacteria is controlled by what we feed them. So, essentially we are the master of our own fate, which is a good thing because it means that we can take care of it, okay, without having to go to a doctor, without having to take a bunch of prescription medications, okay? Um, so, as we know, over the last 100 years, the industrialization of our food supply has caused our diet to drastically change into foods that are full of sugar. They're highly processed, they have loads of bad fats, they're low in fiber. It's not good. So, it's drastically changed our gut microbiome because of that. And it contributes to all kinds of health consequences. And sadly, doctors just know very little about this. Okay, it's just not in their classes to learn. So we need to know for ourselves how to handle this, okay, and how to take care of our microbiome in our gut. Um, it's sad, but when you don't have a healthy gut, then you're susceptible to things like obesity, um, pre-diabetes all the way to type 2 diabetes, heart disease, cancer, autoimmune diseases, allergies, dementia, acne, asthma, infertility, okay? Arthritis. All of these things are associated with a bad gut immune system, okay? And so if you have any of these, chronic fatigue, IBS, all of these are contributed to having a bad gut health, okay? Functional medicine doctors actually are finding cures for a lot of these diseases and conditions through healing the gut microbiome, okay? And it rids the patient of many conditions and many symptoms of a condition. So optimizing your gut health is key for overall health because it affects so much and can help us with our mental health. It can help us with our physical health, of course. It is the driving force for inflammation in our body, and it affects mood, energy, and the aging process. So we want to get that together. It's also one of the 10 hallmarks of aging well, okay? Gut health is. Okay, so back to the two key aspects, gut immune system and gut brain connection. What are the things that causes imbalances in the gut, and what are some of the strategies to remove bugs and reduce inflammation, heal the gut, and create a healthy garden or microbiome for your good bugs, right? So let's start with the gut immune system, which is about 60 to 70% of your immune system. So it's over half, and considering that, you can expect to be a sicker person in general if you do not have a strong gut immune system, okay? You want to nurture your garden with all the right ingredients, like whole, fresh, nutrient-dense, polyphenol-rich, fiber-rich, and probiotic-rich foods, okay? So if you're taking notes, that's an important one. Whole, fresh, nutrient-dense, polyphenol foods, rich in fiber, rich in probiotics. The good news is that you can easily start fixing these issues by yourself with the very next thing you put in your face, okay? So now let's talk about the gut-brain connection. It's considered your second brain, if you didn't know. It actually is consistently and constantly communicating with your brain via neurotransmitters. And as a matter of fact, it has more neurotransmitters than your brain. And let me stop just for a second because I want to make sure, because this sign is over my face, I can't see any comments. So let me stop for 2 seconds and see if anybody's got any questions. We're not seeing anything but you. Okay, you don't need to see anything but me, just so you know. There's no graphics or anything. It's just this little warning sign that keeps coming up. That's what I didn't know if you couldn't see. Okay, so thank you, Lisa. Okay, so let's go back and talk about this gut-brain connection. The gut has its own nervous system. Okay, it actually has, like I said, more neurotransmitters than the brain does, which is why it is has so much importance in like how we feel, right? Like, have you ever said, I have butterflies in my stomach, or I felt that in my gut, right? Or I just have this gut feeling that, and those are real things. Those are real things, you know, and because we do honestly feel it in our brain, okay? Just short story, this manufacturer was producing probiotics, and in the soup of the bacterium that they were growing, they noticed that GABA was growing as a side effect to growing this bacteria. And GABA, you can look it up, GABA, it's actually a natural Valium in our body. So it keeps us calm. So when you have the right probiotics in your body, you're literally going to be able to um, feel calmer. Okay. So bad bacteria, causes depression, anxiety, mood swings, OCD behaviors. Okay. Good bacteria can assist with feelings of calm and clarity. And it's so important to, keep that, especially in this day and age, right? Keep that calmness and be able to be thinking clearly. Another small but important fact is that gut nerve cells produce 95% of our serotonin. And serotonin plays a key role in our sleep, in our mood, digestion, nausea, wound healing, bone health, and healing after surgeries in particular. So it's very important. It's also very good for blood clotting and sexual desire. So it's important to have. So simply put, your gut must be in balance for your brain to be in balance. That's something you may not have known, and something that I just recently learned as well. So now that we've established why it's important, okay, you have these systems in your body that are clearly right here, and you have to take care of them in order to stay healthy. So now that we've established that, let's talk about what harms your gut, okay? Your diet. Our diets are full of additives, emulsifiers, thickeners, sweeteners, chemicals, sugar and starch, right? We also take medications that hurt our gut health, like antibiotics and anti-inflammatory drugs like Advil. Acid blocking drugs like Prilosec or Nexium. If you're on either one of those, stop. Stop right now today. It's seriously damaging your health, okay? Doctors, sometimes. Also, steroids can really damage your gut health, and certain hormones can do that too, so you have to be careful. Infections like yeast overgrowth, which cause leaky gut, parasites, worms, those are also very harmful to our gut health. Toxins like heavy metals, pesticides, mercury, mercury can be very subtle, and if you don't test for it, you might not know. And it can be very, very damaging to your gut health. Digestive enzymes. So when you don't have the right balance of digestive enzymes, That can be really bad for your health, your gut health. Stress, anger, negative thoughts all trigger or all triggers for this in getting your enzymes off balance. So you have to manage those things, okay? And it's very important. My generation, okay, Gen Xer, we do not manage stress. We push it aside. We don't talk about it. We don't think about it. We just live through it. We push through it. That's not the answer. And it's not the answer to go the other direction where we just are all in our feels and it just that's all that matters and we need to set boundaries and blah. Okay, so it is somewhere in the middle, okay? Somewhere in the middle. So now that we know what harms us, let's talk about how to get rid of that and mitigate these issues and regain or maintain our healthy gut. Okay. So I just happen to love Dr. Mark Hyman. He's a functional medicine doctor and he has the 5 R's. Okay. So the first one is reset. And let me, before I do that, just because I can't see my face, let me go up and just check out what's going on with our group. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, no. Okay, good. So when we're talking about regaining or maintaining our health through our gut, we're talking about focusing on our diet. So we're going to reset. We're going to focus on our diet. We're going to eat real food, and then we're going to try an elimination diet. And it's such an important thing to do. And you can talk to a nutritionist or your doctor, or go to a functional medicine doctor if there is one in your area about how to do an elimination diet. You can also find elimination diets at Dr. Mark Hyman, Hyman, at his website, Facebook. Just search for him and he has elimination diets. He has very serious ones and he has more light ones. He has parasite cleanses and things like that. And I'll also tell you a quick parasite cleanse at the end of this class, okay? So we're going to reset, then we're going to remove. We're going to remove sugar, alcohol, drugs, allergens, anything that you know that you're allergic to food-wise. Remove all of that for now, okay? And these are the things that I did as well. You're also going to get rid of all processed food, okay? Now we're going to replace. We're going to replace bad foods with good foods like alkaline foods. Alkaline foods are things like cucumber, apples, watermelon, avocados, figs, papayas, green onions, walnuts, quinoa. That right there is a great breakfast. Every single thing that I just mentioned. Just put all that in a bowl and eat it for breakfast, okay? And you also want to take a probiotic and a prebiotic, like Life 9. Life 9 is a probiotic. It's wonderful. Go look it up, okay? Life 9. And then sulfurzyme powder. And these are two things that I do every day. Sulfurzyme powder is a wolfberry prebiotic powder. It makes your nails and your hair grow like crazy. And it's extremely good for your gut health, okay? You can also do prebiotic foods like jicama, asparagus, artichokes. What else? Plantains have prebiotics. Probiotic foods are, of course, fermented foods, pickle juice, kombucha, kimchi, any kind of fermented foods are really good probiotics. Okay. Take in more fiber. So as you're learning to replace, you're going to take in more fiber through fruits and veggies. Try to get it through real food. Nuts and seeds also provide fiber. And take ICP every day because Sharon P said so. And that's the way it goes, okay? Look that up if you want to know why. The original formula every day, okay? And start slow. Little teaspoon up to whatever it says to take, okay? I take probably a fat teaspoon of it every day right now. You're going to want to take digestive enzymes to support yourself right now, and I usually do a round, so I get a box of Essential Enzymes 4, which is the one I like, and I'll take the whole box till it's gone, and then I skip maybe a month or two, and then I go back and do it again. But you can take these every day if you want, okay? Sometimes it's just a matter of budget, right? So you're doing the things that you can do. And I like a lot of other things. And so it depends on what's in my budget. And a lot of times I get them through my points. That's the best way to do it, is to get all of your necessities like that through your points. So if you're not getting enough points every month, introduce the system, introduce Young Living to a few more people, and then you'll be getting your oils and your products for free, like me. Okay. So then we need to repair. So we need to repair the lining of the gut to restore health. And in some ways that you can do that is to include omega 3s. We just came out with a really wonderful product called Green Omegas. Really check that product out. It's been great for me. I really love that product, and I will order that product every single month, I'm sure. Zinc replacement, if you're kind of low on that, that's another way to repair. Glutamine, amino acids, and ways to get that back in your body is really good for repairing. Okay. It strengthens the immune system, reduces infections, and it's just very important to your body. It's a very important amino acid because it's a building block for making protein for your body. Okay. So now, what did I do to get better? So I did digest multiple times a day, sometimes up to 10 drops a day, because you think one drop on your tongue, usually it's two, and it just drops into your mouth. And you can't really overdose on it. I mean, you can't. So you can take it as much as your body needs it. So pretty much anytime I put something in my mouth at the very beginning, I would put digest in right after. And that really helped my stomach, and it helped heal me permanently, which I really feel like it assisted in that quite a bit. I also did peppermint. I put peppermint in my water. Peppermint's super good for your gut health, and that was just really helpful in between times. And it also tastes better. I also did Ningxia Red, and I still do Ningxia Red every single day. Just the 2 ounces. You don't want to do too much Ningxia Red at the beginning. Um, so just keep to the exact amount, because later on I went to, like, sometimes I'll drink 6, 8 ounces of Ningxia Red. And that's, especially when I get it with my points. Life 9, of course, I take Life 9 at night. It stays in my refrigerator, and I take it before I go to bed. Sulfurzyme prebiotic powder, I put that in my green juice. I also put it in my protein shake. So sometimes I'll get a couple of doses of that a day. Alkaline foods, of course, I really, really stuck with alkaline foods, especially in the morning, and then tried to balance throughout the day. So if I had whatever I had on my plate, I tried to make sure that I had like a little slice or two of cucumber or apple at the end to try to get things back to normal. And that seemed to help me a lot. I did no caffeine, and I still don't do caffeine. This is my coffee right here. And so this is a single source, low acid, grown, so produced in the shade, dried in the sun, because coffee is considered to be one of the most moldy products. Very moldy, and you don't want that in your gut. Okay, so try to, if you have to have coffee, um, try to drink it black. I have a little bit of coconut cream in it and some raw sugar right now because I need a little woo, right, while I'm teaching. But mostly I drink green tea in the morning. I've come to a place with my gut health where I can intermittent fast now. I was not able to do that, just way too much pain for that. Now I can. I do a 16/8, and it seems to help my stomach a lot. No alcohol whatsoever for a time, and I still very much monitor that because obviously it's bad for you, but um, also it hurts my stomach. So I might, I do it celebratorily. Um, I ditched and switched all the chemicals from my home. So this is super important, guys. I really, it was such a huge thing for me to be able to wash dishes again. It's kind of funny to say that, but my boyfriend will tell you that he had to wash dishes for a good 2 or 3 years. I couldn't put my hands in that stuff, and my hands were just eaten alive with psoriasis, and all my whole body for the most part, but my hands the worst, and my arms the worst. So I definitely I definitely learned to get all the chemicals out of my house. That's when I found Thieves. So I use Thieves household cleaner everywhere. I require my maids, my housekeeper, to do the same. And she's my Lucy. I don't really call her my housekeeper. She's my sweet friend. But I have a big house and I need assistance with it because I also work full time and I also do this. So she knows to only use those products in my home, and it's just something I insist on. So if you're not using Thieves laundry detergent and you have psoriasis or eczema or any kind of skin issues, you should be using Thieves laundry detergent. And then the household cleaner and the dish soap just allowed me to help my boyfriend do dishes again. But I was certainly glad to be able to be a better teammate, and it just was it was just hard to not be able to do that. So I also ate all organic and still do. And I used our fruit and veggie spray religiously. So that's very important. Clean your vegetables and your fruits. Let them soak in that veggie spray. It's the best. You'll never taste it. It has no flavor. It's really one of the best fruit and veggie sprays on the market. I think it's the best, honestly. And because I've gone down that rabbit hole and really studied it, I needed my food to be clean. And if Young Living wasn't the best of the best, then it was going to be something different. And I love it. And I've been using it almost since the very beginning that I started using Young Living. I also, for me, on a more, budget, level, if you're into it, if you can, when I bought my house last year, we put a whole house water filtration system in it with mineral replacement and a reverse osmosis system. Water is extremely important. I didn't want to shower in chemicals, and because I have had such a difficult time. I was sick for over a year, so it definitely changed my brain. And I drink a lot of water, and if you have any issues with your gut health, you have to drink water. You need to drink water with minerals in it so that that water gets into your cells. So, like for me, to assist, I'll put like a couple little grains of Celtic sea salt under my tongue, and that gives me the minerals that I need with that drink of water. And I have some minerals in my house water as well. But when I'm out and whatever, I carry that with me wherever I go. Also, very importantly, I took Epsom salt baths 3 times a week, sometimes more when my skin every day at the beginning, honestly. But over time, I made sure to never miss at least 3 times a week. I would add frankincense and lavender mostly to my baths. Epsom salts have magnesium, and that's super good for your body and your gut health as well. When I put lotion on my body, shampoo, conditioner, my toothpaste, anything that I put on my body, it is non toxic and it comes from Young Living, if at all possible. So, my deodorant, like I said, my toothpaste, my lotion, I use Genesis handed body lotion. That's what works for me. I've used lavender body lotion as well. It's fine. I don't know. I just like Genesis. And once I find something that works for my skin and I don't have to worry about it anymore, it takes like an act of God for me to change it. So in my Genesis, I put frankincense, copaiba. Copaiba is a natural anti-inflammatory. Melrose is 3 types of tea tree. I also add lavender, and then I will add different things. I add geranium every day, but I will add Royal Hawaiian sandalwood if I'm going out. I love that as a perfume, very moisturizing. Patchouli, cedarwood, lots of different ones for scents, and still really, really good for you. So, the Epsom salt baths, just going back to that for 2 seconds, those are really good for helping you sleep as well. Okay, so that's going to regulate your stress. if you can sleep better. Okay, so that's what I did. That's the class. And let me see. I'm going to try and come back and see if I can see if there's any other comments. Forget what goes on our bodies goes into it, including water. That's exactly right. Very, very smart thing to say. Thanks for sharing. Thanks, Kelowna. No problem. Hopefully, I did. I'm doing good. I'm going to figure out this whole little thing of why this little sign keeps coming up, but hopefully, we can. I'll just cut that out of the beginning of the video. Okay. All right. Well, I hope you guys learned something. If you have any questions, you're welcome to put it in the comments. You can PM me, whatever. But, and then any feedback as well, because like Kelowna, you're a teacher. Anyone else that comes on that's a teacher, if you have feedback for me, I love constructive criticism, always trying to do better. So that's the deal. Love you guys. Mwah. I'm going to end this live, and I hope you guys have a great Tuesday. Okay. Love you. Bye.